This is the summary of the Mobile Source Air Toxics Risk Assessment course. My name is Jesse T, and I am the instructor for the course. The course will consist of formal lectures and weekly assignments where I will introduce you to the basis for complete ecological and human health risk assessment for mobile sources air toxic risk assessment. In urban environment, car, trucks, and buses are the major sources of these air toxics. Note that even your car emits more than 1,000 known toxics to the atmosphere, each causing distinct problems to the human health. The health problems go beyond asthma and are related to increase in heart attacks and increases in the likelihood to develop cancer. While direct inhalation is the very obvious impactor on sensitive receptors, there are other pathways for toxics from mobile sources to reach our bodies. I will center each of the important topics on separate lectures. The lectures will include the following topics: a general introduction to mobile sources air toxics, include concepts we need throughout the course, for example, risk, toxicities, and pathways. We will discuss as well traffic models to assess how many cars on the roads, times where we have more road traffics, and the emissions that we will compute for these traffic episodes will be then passed for the emissions models. We will use emissions models from the US EPA and from California, but we will center mainly in MOVES and NFAC. MOVES is an US EPA emissions inventory model, but you will not use MOVES directly. We will simplify that by using TRACS. TRACS is an open source software that I am one of the developers that will combine the emissions computed by MOVES and the air dispersion model, the US EPA Air Mod. By combining them, we simplify the overall strategy that we need to get the emissions and the dispersion model. Why do we need dispersion model? Because once we know the emissions on the roads, we need to know where those pollutants will travel to, what is the intensity it will hit receptors, for example, air concentration for direct inhalation, and also deposition fluxes. Once we know how the meteorology and winds will affect the transport of these pollutants, we can go in a more complex topic called fate and transport. This will set how air toxic travels from air, water, soil, plants, and animals to cause impacts in humans and ecological receptors. That goes then to the next lecture. It will be human health risk assessment, where we'll compute the dose of each of the many chemicals that we inadvertently inject into our bodies. Subsequently, we will estimate the health impacts from these air toxics by computing cancer and non-cancer risks. The next lecture will be on the ecological risk assessment, where we'll compute the impact on ecological food webs. Every major ecological system will have a predominant food web. And this could be fish eating algae, carnivorous fish eating that fish. The eagle comes and eats the carnivorous fish. As pollutants travel from the plant to the consumer, to the next trophic level, to the top of the trophic level, concentration increases, and what are the impact levels in the food web. Once we do this, we're ready to address the final topic, which is uncertainty analysis. We do not know with certainty every single parameter we will need for our models. So they have a distribution. Let's say it is for humans. We do not have a typical human. We have smaller people, bigger people. We have people with faster metabolism. So there is a distribution. We do not know how what individual we're addressing. So that variability is also a source of uncertainty. Lack of knowledge. Our models have uncertainty. So we will address this and introduce Monte Carlo approaches to the risk assessment process. For those taking this course for credit, we will have the following exams and assignment. Each week, you will have 2 items. A test that must be done prior to the next lecture. So you have 1 full week, 7 days to do it. You also have 1 assignment. And you also do this prior to the next lecture. After each class, we will discuss what these assignments are, give you tips, and we will even provide you source code for Python for you to practice and see sensitivity of parameters of topics that will enhance your learning. I hope that you are interested in this very important topic. My collaborators and I put a lot of effort into making sure the lectures and the support course material are clear, focused, and easy to digest. Goodbye for now, and I hope to see you soon.